Hey everybody, it's Bart Vickrey here with Module 6 of Money University. It's time to pay yourself first. The most important person in your financial life. Okay, the only one that's fully responsible for your retirement is you. So it's time to pay yourself first. It's time to maximize your long-term investing by paying yourself first, systematically, long-term. All right, investing is the single most effective way to get rich. And when it comes time to retire, which hopefully that will be sooner than later, you have enough money put away, enough saved and invested and grown so that you're able to live at and better than your current lifestyle. Most retirees are living below the lifestyle that they enjoyed during their earning years. That's because they didn't put enough away. That's because they relied on the government. Okay, we don't know if Social Security is going to be around when we get older. I know I'm not relying on it. You know, it's the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world is our United States Social Security program. So don't rely on that. Rely on yourself by paying yourself first. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, how much? How much should I invest for my own retirement? As much as you possibly can, but a goal should be 15% of your pre-tax earnings. Now I know you just fell off your chair. Okay, pick yourself back up. It's not that big of a number once we get into it, all right? If you're at 0% now, start at 5. Work yourself up to 10, but your goal should be 15. 15% of your pre-tax income is the number we're looking for as your goal. It's not like we're, going to save this money and give it away. It's not like we're going to give it to the government. This is for us. This is for our retirement. The golden years. We're living longer than ever. You want to make sure you have enough money there. When you get there, you're working your butt off now. Stop spending money on lattes that you can't afford. Stop wasting it with car payments and credit card debt. Of course, you've paid those things off now, so it's time to pay yourself. Number two, what? Okay, so what should I be saving in? What are the aspects I should be looking at? First and foremost, if you happen to be one of the unfortunate people out there, the many that have a job that work for someone else, then it's possible you have a 401k plan through your employer. If you do, it's also possible, maybe quite possible, that your employer offers a certain amount of dollars that they will match. Okay, you invest X amount of dollars, they'll match that. Okay, the government gives them incentives to do so to encourage you to save for your retirement. If that is the case, then you need, first and foremost, to maximize that amount. Okay, so say it's $1,000, say it's $3,000 in a full year that your employer will match. You need to do that. Maximize that amount because that's essentially free money from your employer. Okay, that's who you want to get it from for your retirement. Take advantage of that. The next one, and everyone should have, is a Roth IRA. Okay, Roth is it's not new, but it's certainly newer. Maybe you've never even heard of it. A Roth IRA, investing in it is after-tax dollars. Okay, most of us know when it comes to creating our retirement and investing in retirement accounts, we've always known it to be pre-tax, right? Okay, and that's great, and we should be involved in those as well. But when you start to take that money out when you retire, guess who comes in? The government with their big raptor claws, grabbing as much as they can. The beauty of the Roth retirement account, it's after-tax money. And every dollar, every time this thing compounds and grows to the enormous egg that we're trying to create, the government does not get any of it. It's all of ours, which is whose it should be in the first place, okay? The current maximum amount is $5,000 a year that you're going to be able to invest in a Roth IRA. So money after that, go back to your 401k plan, all right? Maximize it. For those that are self-employed, look into and start a SEP, S-E-P-P, okay? This is for us, the self-employed. It's a huge benefit and advantage. If you've got a great year in your business and you have a bunch of extra money at the end of the year that you don't want to pay taxes on, you want to invest that pre-tax, right, in your retirement account, a great way to do it is through a SEP. You can put large chunks of money into a SEP retirement account, so look into that. All right, next. Where? All right, you've mentioned a few things, 401k, Roth, SEP, these things, but once they're in these things, they have to be invested. Any and all people then just kind of go with the mutual fund because that's what everybody else does. And mutual fund companies will charge you 1 to 2% of your money each and every year whether they make a dime or not, and it's been proven fact that these money managers that make billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars a year, they don't outperform the market. So why not invest the money yourself? Okay, now again, pick yourself up off the floor, take your computer out of the garbage, plug it back in. I know I surprised you with that, but hear me out. I am a big proponent of investing your own money, okay, because there's so many great options out there, almost like do-it-yourself type options. Schwab, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price, look into these companies. They've made it very simple. Their fees are minuscule compared to that of mutual fund managers and large mutual fund companies, all right? So set these things up. A couple of things that you should be looking into with regard to where. My two favorite funds by far, just hands down, aside from, outside of mutual funds, would be an index fund, which essentially follows the market. Like I said, the market, the money managers have historically not outperformed the market. So why can I be my own money manager if they're not going to beat me and they make hundreds of millions of dollars a year? Why should I pay them a bunch of my money to manage my money when I can do it just as well? Index fund. Okay, Warren Buffett says 98% of all people should be invested in an index fund outside of a mutual fund. So look into this within the companies that I mentioned. Okay, Schwab, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price. They're great companies. You go online, you set up your accounts. It's simple. You can do your research. It's very effective. All right. I also like, and I probably like a little bit more than index funds, is a life cycle fund. A life cycle fund can be customized to you based on your age. I'm X age now. I want to retire here. How should my portfolio be diversified? Okay, these companies will automate these for you. Make suggestions on how aggressive do you want to be. All right, you can control that yourself. I love life cycle funds. Look into those. As I mentioned, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price, Schwab, they have great opportunities available in index and life cycle funds. All right, so look into them. And probably as important as it all is to automate. It's a lot more reliable if you are to connect your retirement savings account directly to your checking account, to have a debit automatically taken out every month and put into your retirement account. It becomes painless. Okay, and believe me, you'll be able to live without it. Okay, remember, rituals equal habits equal results. If you have the ritual of investing into your retirement account, it becomes a habit, and then your result is a very happy retirement, and that's what we're after. We're paying ourselves first because we're the most important people in our financial lives, all right? Now, don't be overwhelmed by this, okay? Because you're going to get a written, detailed, in-depth plan of all this that's much more in-depth than this overview with your Skinny Happy Money membership, so look for that. Now, remember, the sooner you start, the sooner you finish rich. This is where the rubber really hits the road in creating the greatest life that you can. All right? You always want to be covered financially, right? Money doesn't buy happiness, but it certainly helps, right? It's certainly hard to be extremely happy when you are broke. So pay yourself first. Let's get this started, baby. We'll see you in the next module.